Recording in progress.
Hello teachers, this is the instructional guide for primary 4, term 1, week 8. Okay, so for this week, quite a packed schedule. We have 3 booklets, but it should be manageable because for the booklet number 1, which is on dividing 4-digit number without remainder, and booklet number 2, dividing a 4-digit number with remainder, we are just going to do a few practices, right? And then the focus will be on the last booklet, which is really a so-called of an independent practice, right? Kind of a regurgitation of what they have learned in the previous 2 booklets. So you'll notice that I'm going to assign very few homework for the first 1 and 2, and then focus a bit more on question 3. On booklet number 3. Okay, so for booklet number 1, we start with dividing a number without, dividing a 4-digit number without remainder. Very straightforward, all right? So the way to explain this is, so for example, here you have 1,376, right, divided by 4. So the way to do this, they've learned in primary 3. So just to a quick recap, right? So first question you ask is, can 1 be divided by 4, right? If they cannot, then let's take 13 instead. Can 13 be divided by 4? Yes, but there'll be remainder. So you have to ask, right, then, which number that is greatest but less than 13 can be divided by 4? So they move the numbers down. Can 12 be divided by 4? Yes, 12 can be divided by 4, right? So what is 12 divided by 4? 12 divided by 4 is 3, right? So the other way to look at it, 3 times 4 equals 12. Okay, all right, so they can look at it like that. Alternatively, if students are more used to the idea of 4 times, something equals 13, which some may not have problem doing it, but if 5 students doing it, right, like they prefer to go, 4 times 2 equals 8, not close enough. 4 times 3 equals 12, close enough. 4 times 4 equals 16, overshot, then it's 3, right? They can do it as well, right? But I think this way is good because it gets them to think about division, really what division is about. So 12 divided by 4 will get you 3, right? Or the other way, 3 times 4 gives you 12. And then, okay, 3 minus 1, get 1 here. And then remember, as and draw the arrow here. So next thing again, right? Can 17 divide by 4 without remainder? No. What about the next number, 16? 16, yes, right? So 4 times which number equals 16? 4 times 4 equals 16. Right? And then they work like that. So same thing, 1, and then bring the number down, 6. So same thing again. 16 can be divided by 4. Yes, 16 divided by 4 equals to 4. Right? Or 4 times 4 equals 16. And so there is no remainder. Right? So that's just one question, and I think it's more than enough to get them to do one practice on their own. So I would say maybe do question A, one question, because this is scaffolded for them. I might want to remind them to draw the arrows, right? Some of them easier for them to remember, right? If for those students who are neat, advise them to draw the lines down, right? That would help also make sure that they are all aligned. Most of the time, if they get it wrong, it's because they ran out of line. Okay, so once they're able to do one scaffolded question like this, right? Get them to do one question where there's no scaffolding at all. By the way, you see these questions that ask them to do estimation. Forget about estimation. Okay, let's forget about estimation. Right, let's just get them to do one question for 4,356 divided by 4. And then they can use this way, right? Make sure that the working is correct. And once they're done, right, we are actually done with these 2 booklets, right? I'm not even going to do the word problem here, okay? Because we can cover it later, right, in the subsequent booklets, okay? So the next one will be book number 2. So this is with a remainder, right? So let's try this again. So you demonstrate. Now, what about this number? 1,827 divided by 4. So same thing. 18, can it be divided by 4? Sorry, 1, can it be divided by 4? No, let's try 18. 18, can it be divided by 4? Yes, but there's a remainder. So what's the closest number, okay, that can be divided by 4, right, but with no remainder? So that's, they try 17, cannot, still got remainder. 16, yes, right, because 4 times 16 divided by 4 equals to 4, right, or 4 times 4 equals 16. Okay, and then they bring it down, right, and then remember, get them to do this. Okay, and then 2 again, 7, right, and then this would be 6, 24, and so there is a remainder of 3. Right? 4 times 6, sorry, I forgot to write 6 here. I should write the 6 here instead, right? So 46, remainder 3. Okay? So quite straightforward. Oh, sorry, is it remainder 2? No, remainder 3, that's right. Okay, got it wrong. Okay, so, and then get them to do one scaffolded question here. Right, same thing. If they need alignment, get them to do the alignment instead. Right? If not, yeah, they get them to draw the lines if they need the so-called alignment to help them see the answer. Explain that Q equals quotient. Quotient would be answer here. 7,346 divided by 6, that's a quotient, right? Quotient, and then if there's remainder, it's denounced as R. Okay, so yeah, depending on whether they need more practice or not, right? If they don't, can just move to question 2A. Okay, make sure that they do the steps on their own and then write down the quotient and the remainder. All right, so some students may be slower, all right, that's fine. For those students who are faster, get them to do more practice. For those students who are slower, you may need to spend more time to guide them. Okay, so same thing, that's it, right, for this booklet, so that we can move on to the third booklet. Right, now the third booklet, what I'd like you all to focus on, right, is on the word problem. Okay, so you may start with on page 2, question 2. Okay, so each child received 3 paper, Kate and her friends folded 3,372 paper cranes. Each child received 3 paper cranes. How many children were there? Right, so it's 3,376, 2 divided by 3, then put a statement. All right, once you get the idea, right, I think we can just move on to a question that has a remainder. So question 4. Grocer wanted to pack 1,026 apples into some boxes. Okay, and then what was the minimum number of boxes the grocer need to pack all the apples? So usually when they ask this kind of question, because there's a remainder, right? So so it will be 1,026 divided by 8. Make sure that they have the steps written here as well, right? Let's not forget. Okay, they need to show, sorry, not steps, but working, right? So do the working. So they get a remainder of 2, right? Some students will say that, oh, in that case, in that case, oh no, the question is asking about how many apples would there be in the last box. So the last box is actually 2 because all the boxes are used up, right? Altogether, they need 128 boxes. Okay, and another 1 box for that remainder 2 apples, right? Because each box can only store 8 apples. So it's actually 128 plus 20 plus 128 boxes plus 1 box here. So answer is 129 boxes altogether. And the last box would have 2. Okay. All right. Now let's see. I'm just going to go for maybe a 2-step question. Right. So this is a 2-step question. Yeah, it's a remainder. Maybe let's do question 6. Okay, Eric baked 131 trays of egg tarts for sale. Each tray contained a dozen egg tarts. Some students may still not know what dozen means yet. Dozen means 12. He then packed all the egg tarts into 8 boxes. Right? How many egg tarts were left unpacked? So there are 2 steps. The first step is 131 trays. Each tray contained 8 dozen. So you need to find out how many egg tarts are there altogether. And the equation will be 131 times 12. Okay, once you got the total, right? The story is it then packed all the egg tarts into boxes of 8. So that means the total divided by 8, 172 divided by 8, and get 196 with a remainder of 4. Right? So for 8 tarts is unpacked. Okay, if he sold all the boxes of 8 tarts at $12, how much money would he receive? Simply, he has 196 boxes, 196 times $12. So this is actually quite easy. All right. Okay, and I think if subject to time, right, I leave it to you to for them to do a few more questions. Perhaps maybe let's do one is similarly harder, right? Let's try 18. I think there should be time. So let's do one question here, 18. In a stationery shop, postcards were sold at $3. Leon wanted to buy 3,282 postcards to give his pupils. during a promotion, 1 postcard was given free for every 8 cards bought. What was the minimum amount of money Leon needed to pay for the postcard? So let's work on eight first. So $3, all right, 8 postcards. Let's see here. So for every 8 postcards, all right, for every 8 postcards, they have to pay $3, which is $24. However, you can get a promotion, right? So what it means is for $24, you are actually getting 9 postcards, right? You can see that because there's a +1, right? So essentially, it is 1 set of 9 postcards costs $24. Okay, 1 set of 9 postcards is equals to $24. Okay, so what's the minimum amount of money Leon needed to pay for the postcards? If he needs 3282, it'll be 3282. Sorry, okay, so it'll be 3282 divided by 9, right? Because each set has 9 postcards. So then it'll get you 364 sets, and then you got to buy an extra 6 to make up for it, right? So that means that the 364 sets will be at the price of $24. That will give you 8,736. And then there are 6 postcards that you need to buy at its original price without any promotion. That will be 6 times $3, $18. So total will be this special price minus this usual price, because you only buy 6, right? You need to buy 8 in order to get the promotion. And that will get you the answer. Leon then repack all the postcards into packets of 7, right? So first of all, how many postcards did he buy? 3,282, and you need to divide it by 7, right? So that's a remainder. Okay, that's it for today's session. Let's not forget, there will also be a test being administered, right? So in total, there are 4 booklets, but as I say, very little homework because my emphasis is just on booklet 3. Then assign that test paper as well. Thank you.